PlanetSide 2 OMFG, WildStar, mind blown, and World of Warplanes goes live. Hey everyone, I'm Ashlen with MMO Play, and I'm bringing you all that and more this week on MMO News. Developers at PlanetSide 2 have managed to launch a successful game, and for the past year, it's been able to stand its ground without needing any optimization tweaks. But as most year-old games go, there's bound to be some performance issues creeping up, so developers have decided to have its first performance update, OMFG. No, seriously, it stands for Operation Make Faster Gaming. In this update, devs have focused on stripping the game of any and all wasted screen space and anything that might be leeching our precious FPS. They have also refactored the game and UI renderings to better utilize multiple CPU cores. Client crashes and leaks are currently still a work in progress, but players can look forward to no more double loading screens and all spawn timers now being set to 15 seconds. Keep in mind that developers are always looking for ways to better improve the game and that you might see a hotfix build or two released in the following weeks. Going forward, the devs promise to give more information about the long-term plans and where their efforts are being focused. For those of you who helped out in the public test servers, feel free to enjoy a 30-day 50% XP boost as a special thanks for your feedback. Arcane Hearts, a new browser MMO by Playworks, launched into open beta with all 3 of its character classes fully playable. The game's 3 classes consist of the Warrior, Mage, and Shaman. Players can expect to see big improvements since its closed beta back in September. Players had voiced a concern about character progression and how the classes ended up being too much alike due to the lack of skills and equipment options. The devs heard their fans cry and responded with a higher level of customizations and more in-game rewards. They also increased the level cap to 50, decreased XP level requirements, and added new dialogue to the cutscenes. Players can look forward to testing out 3 new systems that have been added to Arcane Hearts: bounty hunting, zodiac, and boss item crafting. Stronghold Kingdoms is in search for the most elite players to try their hand at the new hardcore world. The popular real-time strategy MMO challenges the most ruthless of players with their new domination world, a new speed world made to test out the best of the best. In this world, production times are greatly increased because the world only lasts 100 days and then it closes, at which point the winning house is announced and in-game prizes are awarded. Developers have stressed that the new world is only recommended for advanced players. The standard meta has been thrown out, and epic battles are greatly encouraged thanks to the new gameplay rules and exclusive in-game prizes. A couple of the changes to the world are vacation mode is not available, interdiction cannot be researched or used, and houses are limited to 3 factions, 2 of which have to be voted on. WildStar is added again, and this time they are going to blow your mind with the new Esper class. No, seriously, the class can blow your mind. If you haven't quite figured it out yet, the Esper class can literally think things into existence. From soothing friends with whimsical depictions to striking and mobilizing fear into opponents with illusions, this class features multiple playstyles. Players can be DPS, heals, and CC all in one. On top of that, they have an indestructible blade called a side blade that they can control with their mind, because holding a sword to fight is so last tier. The Esper class has access to stationary nukes as well as mobile cast spells, and an awesome armor interrupt. The Phantasmal armor spell grants a temporary interrupt to enemy armor in addition to its requisite absorption shield. Instead of using mana to pump out all these skills, Espers use a unique resource called Psi Points. For a more in-depth look on the class, check out the video on our site, which you can find a link to in the description below. Who loves ranking up enchantments in Neverwinter? No one. That's why developers have decided to come out with a new progression system. The old system mainly relied on using lots of enchantments and runestones. The problem is no one ever wanted to unslot an enchantment. This made players not want to mess with the system at all while leveling. On top of that, gathering enchants and runestones took up a lot of bag space because you needed to gather 4 matching enchants of the same rank in order to fuse them to the next rank. As enchants ranked up, it would become progressively harder to get 4 of the same rank, making it incredibly time-consuming and difficult. With all of that engraved into the dev's mind, they bring you the refinement system. This new system requires no unslotting unless you want to move it to a new item, which means no fusing. Instead, enchants and runestones are allowed to just eat each other at any time, and they made it so that it can be improved with any other enchant or runestone, although matching ones are still best. Throwing enchants into your current one isn't enough to rank it up. You will also need upgrade components called reagents that are required to go from one rank to the next. Once an enchantment has gained enough refinement points, which is like XP for items, they are ready to upgrade. Just as Thor the Dark World hits the big screens, Marvel Heroes Asgard patch hits our monitors. Players get to journey through the home of Thor in the biggest content patch to date, Game Update 2.0, aka the Asgard patch. This update features a new playable character, the Norse god of mischief and evil, and the adopted son of Odin, the ruler of Asgard, Loki. Players can look forward to new content, dozens of quests, and lots of story. But first, players must unlock the Bifrost Bridge that leads into Asgard in a server-wide event. And for those of you who are just getting started, Marvel Heroes has revamped the starting hero lineup. New players will have a fresh roster of starting heroes to choose from. Instead of 5 choices, players can now pick a free Marvel superhero from a list of 9 playable heroes. EverQuest II's 10th expansion, Tears of Ashan, is finally available. The $39.99 Standard Edition unlocks a path to a new realm called the Eternal Broodlands, the resting place for deceased dragons. Here, players revisit fallen dragons and discover the Awakened's quest to rule by using his stolen Tear of Ashan. In this expansion, there are new dragon-themed AAs for healers, warriors, mages, and scouts that are dedicated to iconic dragons. And to make room for the new AAs, the limit has been raised to 340. Another feature of the expansion is the new Chandler class, a unique DPS healer that wields a bow and uses magically charged shots to deal damage and heal their construct and party members. The construct is a stone golem that acts as a Chandler's companion, and it's the first truly customizable pet in game. Chandlers use the construct to absorb damage for a single target or for a whole group, but unlike traditional combat pets, this one can't be directly attacked and can't die. When its health falls below 25%, it simply stops absorbing damage. On top of that, players can look forward to 9 new dungeons, a new PvP item tier, and new trade skill apprentice items. World of Warplanes went live Wednesday. Wow, that's a lot of W's. From the makers of the infamous World of Tanks, World of Warplanes takes to the sky in a military aviation-themed MMO FPS. The game features 5 nations, the USA, USSR, Germany, Great Britain, and Japan. And there are already 100 different historically accurate warplanes to choose from, with many more to come in the future. The big release also brings with it the launch of Wargaming's unified premium account, which gives premium access to both World of Warplanes and their more grounded military MMO FPS, World of Tanks. To celebrate the launch, Wargaming has released a special contest to see who will be the first to the top. Players have until the 26th of November to try and be the first to the top of their selected tech tree. And all of those lost hours of sleep will be totally worth it because there are numerous prizes, with the grand prize being 10 years of premium time for the first player overall to buy a Tier X plane. Alright guys, that's it for this week's MMO update. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe for all of the latest information. Again, I'm Ashlyn, and I will see you next week. But until then, keep on gaming.